with an alleged drug rip.
Always
A
try.
drug rip is a slang term used in criminal circles to describe the theft or hijacking of a drug shipment or a stash of narcotics. Essentially, someone takes a large quantity of illegal drugs from another person or gang, often by force or trickery, without permission. In organized crime, committing a drug rip is extremely risky because it can provoke violent retaliation, including
Hell yeah, nigga, you just can't be going around stealing niggas' work. Niggas is stealing niggas' work. You can't do that. You can't just be stealing niggas' work.
threats, beatings, or even murder, as
Pizza box.
reported hearing several gunshots
Crazy.
just minutes after a children's class had finished, with one bullet piercing a punching bag inside the gym. Mokhtarian was unharmed, either because the
Nah, yo. Bro walked up so calm, cool, and collective. You would have not thought he had it on him, bro. Lads, this is scary, son. This shit remind me of some Jason shit. You see how Jason would, everybody, like the victim would be, oh my God, running around scared. And Jason just be all calm, walking toward them all slow and shit. They be all panicking. He be walking all slow. That's what this nigga do.
punching bag inside the gym. Mokhtarian was
Lads, shout out to Grid Sparta. It's been a minute since we did a reaction to him. Hope all is well on that side. The UFC fighter, the UFC fighter that got his head knocked off his shoulders. I'm so confused. May he rest in peace. I'm so confused as to how that happened. And I believe Grid Sparta is gonna break that down. The reason why I'm confused is because a person like a UFC fighter, it sounded like he had a good head on his shoulders. What happened? You know what I'm saying? Like what was he involved in? And things like that. It just goes to show you got to keep your hand out the cookie jar. When you're that successful to the point where you're a UFC fighter and people acknowledge you as that, that means you left a stain. How you end up in the streets, I don't know, man. This is just an unfortunate situation. Shout out to the lad. Subscribe for the vibe. Let's get to it. Red Sparta.
Mixed martial artists across Australia are paying their tributes to former UFC fighter and coach Suman Mokhtarian, who was tragically shot dead in what police say was a targeted attack. The 33-year-old was killed in Riverstone, in Sydney's northwest,
Damn, I just turned 33, yo. This is sad, yo.
around 6 p.m. on Wednesday, October 8th. As he strolled along Analuke Street, a red Audi sedan suddenly accelerated towards him and its occupants launched an ambush that broke the quiet of the neighborhood. In a burst of gunfire lasting just 8 seconds, the gunman unleashed approximately 14 rounds from a semi-automatic pistol, riddling their victim's upper torso and chest with multiple fatal wounds. Police were called to the shooting immediately. At the same time,
Yeah, we kind of know about this. We kind of just want to know what the hell he was into. We did a reaction video to that. Let's get into this. May he rest in peace, man.
Mokhtarian had already survived a previous attempt on his life. In February 2024, he narrowly survived a targeted shooting outside his Australian top team gym in Wentworthville. The attack was carried out by a gunman disguised as a food delivery driver, who arrived on a scooter and opened fire at close range.
Nah.
Witnesses report
Lads, what in the Bronx? That's some shit. I don't know if y'all ever seen, there's a video where I think he was a drill rapper and another guy just was on a scooter. He was like in a cab or some crazy shit like that and just lit him up on a scooter. They said this nigga was acting like, yo, he was dressed up as a delivery driver, bro. You can't trust nobody. It's kind of like you kind of got to be on your guard. You see a nigga got a pizza in his hand, it might have a gun at the bottom of the pizza box.
reported hearing several gunshots
Crazy.
just minutes after a children's class had finished, with one bullet piercing a punching bag inside the gym. Mokhtarian was unharmed, either because the
Nah, yo. Bro walked up so calm, cool, and collective. You would have not thought he had it on him, bro. Lads, this is scary, son. This shit remind me of some Jason shit. You see how Jason would, everybody, like the victim would be, oh my God, running around scared. And Jason just be all calm, walking toward them all slow and shit. They be all panicking. He be walking all slow. That's what this nigga do.
punching bag inside the gym. Mokhtarian was unharmed, either because the firearm jammed or the shooter's aim failed. The attempt exposed the growing danger surrounding him and deepened speculation about his possible connections to Sydney's underworld, particularly the ongoing conflicts involving the Alameddine network. Following this shooting, 3 months later, in
Alameddine. Hold on, Alameddine. Did I say that right? Is that what A Honcho is like? What they're alleging that A Honcho be into? I feel like I heard that name before. Elamadine, the family.
In early May 2024, police arrested 21-year-old Noah Tuma in connection with the shooting. Investigators also recovered the burnt scooter used in the attack, which was registered to him. Police
Why would you? Why would you? All right, let's just assume that somebody stole the scooter. Yeah, somebody stole the scooter, and that's how. Then they trying to set him up. Yeah, he being set up.
alleged that Tuma had purchased the scooter for $2,000 on Facebook Marketplace, just days before the incident, and used white spray paint to disguise it before setting it on fire to destroy evidence. He was accused of posing as the delivery driver to carry out the hit, and was charged with 10 serious offenses, including shooting with intent to murder and discharging a firearm with intent to cause grievous bodily harm. He was refused bail at Bankstown local court and remanded in custody as detectives continued building their case. However, after several months behind bars, Tuma was granted bail due to a lack of strong forensic or phone evidence directly linking him to the crime scene. The court also took into account his young age and the time he had already
Innocent until proven guilty. I feel like somebody was trying to set him up.
spent in custody. Following this, in April 2024, authorities abruptly canceled the inaugural Dark Matter Fighting Championship event, which was linked to Mokhtarian and was scheduled to take place at Warwick Farm Racecourse. The decision came after police received a credible tip-off about a planned assassination attempt.
Damn, son, he can't. It sounded like he was trying to focus on his career, on some 1-4 shit. Remember how they was saying that 1-4 couldn't tour and all that? That's what this sound like, but they was canceling all his events. Yo, this shit sound like some Quando Rondo shit. Remember? After all that shit happened, he couldn't go nowhere, couldn't perform. Yo, the beef don't be worth it, son. It don't. It don't.
Event's promoter confirmed that police had warned of a significant risk to public safety if the event went ahead. Police reportedly informed the promoter that they had concluded the threat was serious enough that the NSW Combat Sports Authority would not issue a permit for the venue. Although Mokhtarian offered to step away from the event to reduce the risk, authorities remained concerned that his association alone could attract violence or provoke an attempt on his life or the safety of others, even if he did not attend. The
Shit, he probably was banging before that even happened. I want to know. Okay, here it go. They're gonna talk about
dark
which
underworld, particularly to the Alameddines, and his deadly involvement with the Alameddine organized crime clan may have begun with an alleged drug rip.
always
A
try.
drug rip is a slang term used in criminal circles to describe the theft or hijacking of a drug shipment or a stash of narcotics. Essentially, someone takes a large quantity of illegal drugs from another person or gang, often by force or trickery, without permission. In organized crime, committing a drug rip is extremely risky because it can provoke violent retaliation, including
Hell yeah, nigga, you just can't be going around stealing niggas' work. Niggas is stealing niggas' work. You can't do that. You can't just be stealing niggas' work. Mm-mm.
threats, beatings, or even murder, as gangs
Right.
often see it as a direct attack on their operations and authority. In Suman's case, this shipment was in millions, and reportedly angered the Alameddine network so severely, that they placed a contract on his life more than 18 months before he was ultimately murdered.
Nah. Nah, if that's what happened, that's just nigga, they said they put that bag on his head. And fuck a regular bag, nigga. They put a duffel on his head, bro.
Police investigations into previous attempts on his life showed that the Alameddine gang considered Mokhtarian a serious threat because of this betrayal. However, reports suggest that Suman consistently denied stealing the shipment, insisting they had been stolen, which angered the Alameddines. This dispute reportedly sparked these assassination plots against him, tied to the network's ongoing conflicts over drug trafficking, extortion, and control of territory. It is also believed Mokhtarian's connections to the underworld were facilitated through his Australian top team gym in Wentworthville, which police described as a melting pot for organized crime figures.
Nigga said a melting pot for organized crime figures. What? Nigga, that's a boxing ring. It's look like a boxing gym, you know? Look like it's some healthy shit going on here. What is happening, yo?
Including members of the notorious Comanchero MC, blending his legitimate coaching role with illicit associations. This environment likely exposed him to dealings that escalated into the drug rip, though specific details on his direct involvement remain unconfirmed in public reports.
See, it's not even confirmed. I don't know, man. I feel like maybe he got caught up with the wrong people. That don't sound right. Like maybe he got caught up with the wrong people. I just don't feel like he was involved in it. I hope he wasn't.
Fearing for his life, he recently closed the gym entirely. Born on June 13, 1992, in Sydney, Suman's story is one of resilience in the cage and vulnerability outside it. His family fled Iran during the Iran-Iraq War in 1985, arriving in Australia as refugees. His parents divorced when Suman and his older brother Ashkan were young. The siblings grew up immersed in martial arts, forging a deep bond through combat sports. Suman trained in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and kick.
Shit, that's gangster. It's a fire-ass picture. Damn, that's gangster. They both is into that healthy boxing, martial arts. That shit fire, man. I fuck with it. I'm mad this happened.
Kickboxing from a young age, honing skills that propelled him into professional fighting. He was known for his brief but intense tenure in the UFC. He started his career strong, winning his first 8 fights as a featherweight before making it to the UFC. He made his debut in 2018, facing Nigerian Sadiq Yusuf, who defeated him in a controversial first-round TKO at UFC
I want to watch some highlights.
Fight Night 142. He returned in December 2019, at UFC Fight Night 165 in Busan in South Korea, against Sung Woo Choi. Weighing in sharp and focused, Suman fell short again, this time by split decision in a razor-close fight that highlighted his durability. With a professional record finishing at 8-2, his UFC run was brief but it cemented his reputation.
I don't know how niggas do UFC, son. They be all bloody and shit. I don't know, bro.
As a tough, entertaining competitor. Post-UFC, he transitioned seamlessly into coaching at ATT. By age 25, Suman was already a gym owner, head coach, and promoter for events like UFM, earning the nickname as the busiest man in Australian MMA. His brother Suman Mokhtarian, also an MMA fighter nicknamed the Assassin, built a 13-4 professional record, showing strong skills in both striking and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
That tattoo is fire.
Before joining the UFC in 2017, Ashkan overcame homelessness and prison time for drug offenses, turning his life around with a 13-1 record.
Damn, 13-1 is crazy. The brother's a beast.
His UFC career included 1 win and 2 losses before he was released in 2018. He later too focused on coaching at ATT, helping train fighters and grow Sydney's MMA scene. Outside the cage, Ashkan faced further legal issues, including drug-related charges in 2020 and another
Damn, the brother couldn't keep his hands out the cookie jar?
Arrest in 2023, which was tied to a police operation targeting a Sydney crime network. News of Mokhtarian's death sent shockwaves through social media and the global fight community. Tributes poured in from fans, fellow fighters, and coaches, many expressing frustration at the slow response from major MMA outlets and the UFC, which had yet to.
Yo, UFC is like, I'll watch it sometimes and I just be like, it be too brutal sometimes for me, son.
Acknowledge his passing. Across online posts and threads, people reflected on his skill, dedication,
Hey, yo, what is happening?
and the impact he had on those around him. Mokhtarian's story highlights the thin line between the intensity of professional sport and the harsh realities of Sydney's criminal underworld. In the octagon, he fought with the mentality of kill or be killed, mastering the discipline and aggression required to compete at the highest level. Outside the ring, however, he faced dangers he could not control, becoming entangled in conflicts that ultimately cost him his life. Despite the tragedy, Mokhtarian's legacy endures through his work as a coach at Australian Top Team, where he mentored young fighters, shaping careers and inspiring others to pursue their dreams.
Damn, it sounded like he was trying to, like, just, do better, be better. And somebody got his ass, man. Man, may he rest in peace.